Hello, everyone. Welcome to TICE TV. Today, we have with us Mr. Shashidhara Shetty, the president of Karnataka Small Scale Industries Association. Mr. Shashidhara Shetty is the MD of Protech Engineering. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Since you are the president of one of the biggest associations, industry associations in Karnataka for the small industries, any particular demand that you have from the new government that they should do this for the industry, for the small scale industries overall across India or maybe in Karnataka?
Yes, we made a request to have one labor policy, uniform labor policy, that labor code, whatever they have done, no, that should be implemented, that there should be one labor policy. Here, different states have different minimum wages. Karnataka is second in the country after Delhi in minimum wages. So that is the one issue. And labor laws. If you can see in Karnataka, we have labor department and factories and boilers, two departments under labor department. Having more than 20 employees comes under Factories Act, and employees, lesser employees comes under Labor Act. And these things should not be there. Like SMEs in your yesterday, recently, one 10th June, we had a rule you were talking about. That is renewal. Like 50 or 5 years back, this IT enabled companies, startups, they have been exempted from labor laws,
Laws,
and
yes.
they extended for another 5 years. So similar concept for small industries with less than 20 employees, they should not be coming under, like, once you cross 10 employees, you have to register under labor law, you have to register under DSI. Once the employee strength passes 20, you will be coming under PF and all. So make one number, 20 or 50, whatever, and have exempt them from all the laws, except the safety issues, all those things fine. But one thing, I'm not only in Karnataka, everywhere, regulations are there. What happens? Either you should strictly follow the regulations, then it is useful. Here it is unnecessary, creating bureaucratic interferences in the business, corruption, all those things. By to be open, if you make the payment, if you pay the bribe, then that law, regulation is not applicable. Then what sort of regulations we have everywhere? Even I have requested the MSME department, central government. There is one cluster development, MSC CDP scheme is there of the central government. That what happens in that almost 80% funding is done by the central government. 10% from the state, 10 from the that, depending on the cluster, it will vary. Maximum 70 to 80% funded by the government, but that scheme is implemented by state governments. State government contributing 10%, causing 90% of the delay, 90% of the inconvenience. That scheme is not implemented properly. I have even requested the Secretary MSME, sir, this you make it, you execute this schemes of the central government through MSME DFO. In every state, 3-4 zones will be there. MSME DFO is functioning in the state, every state. You execute this MSC CDP scheme through SIDB and that MSME DFO in that locality. Hardly 10 to 15 clusters also not coming in each state. That is that MSME DFO can handle that MSC CDP cluster. Because contributing just 10%, if the state government is not willing or they are having fund issue, projects are delayed. And clearance, we have to get so many clearance from the state governments. So if central government want to implement the schemes, that the proper implementation, wherever the state's interference is not that important, those areas, central government projects should be executed through central government. State government projects should be executed through state government. Then only the industries are benefited. Otherwise, we are in between the both state and central. Nothing will be useful for the industries. Only we'll speak about growth of MSMEs and development and small to large, medium to large, all those things in paper only. Really, the atmosphere and environment should be both the state and central government together. They should plan, and then only these schemes, whatever central government is speaking, whatever state is saying, that is difficult to monitor. And one more issue, madam, see, every state got a different environment. Like Karnataka, you say small industry started before independence here. You would have heard of Ishweshwaraya. He dreamed about small industries.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take Bihar or other states, it's just now 10, 20, 30 years history in some states.
Mm-hmm.
Karnataka small industry history is more than 100 years. So the
Mm-hmm.
environment is not same in Karnataka and Bihar. That is why central government to study each state and design the programs suiting to that state. Not it's a one policy. It is very difficult. Problems are different in
Cannot
Tamil
one
Nadu.
size, like just like one size cannot fit everybody. One policy cannot suit all the states. It has to be
Yes,
state
there should be a
specific.
different
Rightly
different
said.
schemes, different policies, different implementation strategies for different states.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one request we made. How far they will be doing, we don't know.
Also, sir, if we talk about the startups in the in your state in Karnataka, it has one of the most robust ecosystem across the country. The maximum innovators, the maximum number of unicorns are from Karnataka, and the startup sector is doing really well. So, how would you describe the current status of the startup ecosystem in Karnataka, and what do you think is the reason why the maximum number of unicorns are coming from Karnataka? Why the startups ecosystem is so strong in that particular state? What are the reasons for that?
Madam, Karnataka, as you know, it is a IT city, IT
Mhm,
state. Our
mhm,
exports or our GDP share, if you see, maximum is coming from IT industry. That is few
mhm,
in numbers, not large in numbers. And
mhm,
this all these startups, if you see, it is in IT sectors only. Majority of the startups, IT is this one, IT
mhm,
industry, not in other industries. Majority. And one more thing, incubation centers, subtle incubation centers are more in Karnataka, and few are performing very well. They are contributing towards more to the startups by these incubation centers in Karnataka. They are
mhm,
working now. All the engineering colleges have incubation centers, and 6, 7 incubation centers are performing very well. That is where startups they're getting better encouragement from them for the newcomers to start the innovation, and so many all the services they are providing. Joint venture they are providing, seed capital they are providing, technology labs they are having in these incubation centers. So if some startups, new entrepreneurs comes, no, they can have the facility with minimum cost. They can develop the product. That is the one area. Other thing is because of the IT industries, IT enabled. If you see softwares or some IoT
mhm,
based such products only coming under startups,
mhm,
we need to have more and more startups in traditional sectors like
mhm.
engineering and all. If you see, manufacturing contribution to the GDP in Karnataka is coming down.
Yes.
Service sector is growing. That is the one alarming issue. Service sector will not be able to provide the employment what this
Mhm.
manufacturing sector provides. Manufacturing sector provides employment to all. Even illiterates also get employment in manufacturing sectors. But in IT and service sectors, it is not like that.
So, what do you think is the reason, sir? Why the manufacturing sector industries are coming down?
Because they are living at the mercy of the large industries and these government PSUs, and
Mhm,
they have to compete with China. Products
mhm,
of China is competing with Indian industries,
mhm,
and labor cost is going up because of this IT sector and other growths like malls, all those things providing employment. So labor cost has become very high in Karnataka. It is very high, and we have to
mhm,
compete with other states like the. It's a cutthroat competition. Here
mhm,
the margins have come down like anything. That manufacturing segment hardly getting any money for struggling. And the
mhm.
next generation, what they think is they get better employed with the IT sector or somewhere. They get good salary. Going joining his father business, family business. No, it is not lucrative for them. So that is why manufacturing sector second generation is not coming in because of the uh, margin. There is no incentive to enter into the family business to the youngsters.
You are a very experienced entrepreneur and also head of one of the most the one of the biggest associations of industry associations of Karnataka. So recently, sir, in the recent times we have seen the startups growing very fast. Some of the very big startups in India, they have like Byju's, like Paytm, they have grown really fast, and suddenly there was a steep fall due to various issues, like due to like compliance issue or not managing the funds very properly. There were multiple issues because of which the unicorns or the big startups fell. So if you would have to suggest few things to the startup, what would those suggestions be? What should they go after, like while doing the business, to make it a consistent and a very secure and a long run business?
No, more than the regulatory authorities, they should have a consultative, like consultant service. No, they should be monitored and this one handhold them, because the when the money comes, no, this they think so many things will come into your mind, and that is the one reason they could not manage that. So we need to provide them financial advice, marketing advice, and other things. In many of the startups, if you see, they are technocrats. Technology wise, they are very good. Some people are sell it to the large company, they survive. If there is no takers of that product, these youngsters who starts the startups units with new technology and all, they cannot take it further. That is because of this. Some where they are depending on incubation centers, they provide all the services. But majority of the startups are not depending on the incubation centers. If they use that Atal incubation center properly, that kind of fall will not be there, because they will guide them in every stage, and they will find them the investor, they will find them the market, they will try to tie up with large companies. But the failure, if you see more in the like they some you start some startup project, some innovation, they think it is great, and so many things may be there, they will not see the use analysis, cost, mainly the cost. Today our market is uh, cost depend, like whatever the price, it is a totally cutthroat competition is there in the market. Maybe technology is good, but the price wise it is high, means that products are they are finding it difficult to get the proper market. I think government need to support in each and every stage till that company stabilizes. Startups initial funding or whatever the benefits are not sufficient, handholding is lacking in this. Not only in Karnataka, everywhere. Handholding the startups is the major issue. Handholding and guiding them properly is the major concern, what I feel.
So, coming to the last question, we know the public procurement policy is to support the small industries, and how the government supports the small industries by procuring their products or services.
Hmm.
So, in the similar ways, sir, how can the small scale industries, the MSME sectors, collaborate with the startups to support them, to support their innovation, to support their business? Where do you see this collaboration?
No, the thing is, once you said preference, price preference, or 15% price preference, all those things are there. One thing no one is understanding, you have preferred, provided you quote L1.
Mhm.
Preference is there. Even though L4, L5, MSME has got some preference, 15-20% preference is there. But that again, you should match the L1 price. Then again, the cost of production in MSME and other large industries are definitely different. MSMEs are not having volume business. When there is no volume, the cost is very high. Just for the sake of doing business, MSMEs are doing it loss. One thing, once we started the industry, somehow you have to run, and no one is understanding this factor where the cost is, we are not competitive cost wise, but we need to compete with the large and imports. That is
Mhm.
where MSMEs are not able to. You can't go for the scale wherein production to the world market and all not there in India. Like China, they will not get into small share products. They
Mhm.
always do for the world market. That support is there. In India, if you see one person starting one industry, similar industries are started, they are competing within themselves, because that level of support is not there. Any new products developed, you should support them to do to the global market. That kind of support is not there. Initial support is there, but mainly we are lacking because of the volume business. We are not aiming at. We will compete between ourselves only, and volume is very less. We are not getting the market. Some the replacement. We are not innovating. One product only we continue. Today, within 5 years, some other new products comes, innovation comes, means we are nowhere, because the R&D spending is not possible because of the low margin. If there is good margin, you can have spending on regular innovation R&D activities. No small industries are involved in R&D activity. They start see somebody doing some product, start that only they continue forever. Moment the situation changes, new products comes, innovation comes, no, they are end of it, and with all the liability, they lose everything and close down. There's the exit policy is not there. What we are demanding have a exit policy. Insolvency is not a exit policy. It's not other country. In India, no, we live for pride. Only the exit policies you have to become bankrupt. That is not the suggestion. Some exit policy. This small industries everywhere. We are the agents of the government. We collect revenue without charging any commission and remit to the government. What is provided to them? GST industries are collecting. It is from the consumers. So we are the collection agents. But what incentive is given? We are requesting at least some percentage of the tax collected by us. Keep it for exit policy, not for all. Over in distress. At least let the entrepreneur exit the business with this one, at least one residential unit for him to live, clear him of the liabilities. That government is not interested. Spending lot of money. One project introduction, if you see there is, they appoint PMS, project management services they avail, spend so much money on that. Why can't they provide some percentage of the revenue collection for the welfare
Yes.
of the entrepreneurs? That is not there, but nobody is even ready to hear that concept. That is where we are. If people nowadays, new entrepreneurs are not coming to startup. Startups is different, but traditional industry also required. Manufacturing sector, new entrepreneurs are not coming forward to get into the industry. One fine day, we need to import all the manufactured component from other countries. That situation will definitely come if it is not.
Sir, if in one line you have to give a message to the young generation entrepreneurs and the second generation entrepreneurs, what would that be?
That is what, before venturing into any industry, they have to analyze all aspects, take proper guidance, then only they would use to venture. Just because some incentives are given by the government, we need not to venture into that activity. Before venturing into the activity, see ups and downs, everything they should analyze properly, take proper guidance, and then venture into that. And manufacturing industry, I request all the younger generation to enter into, because this is the main area. Manufacturing industry will never come down, because always we need hardwares. With softwares only we can't manage. That is why industries, entrepreneurs, new youngsters should venture into manufacturing segment also, along with the service sector. That is my request to the younger generation.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for talking to us. It was very insightful and very nice talking to you.